What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I, and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. Thank you for joining me once again, my friends. Hope all is well with you. Now, guys, you remember a few years back when the show Titans came out on TV and they had the character of Robin boldly proclaim F Batman. Remember that? And then, of course, last year we had Blue Beetle where the character said Batman is a fascist and everybody was like, oh my gosh, it just seems like there is this new mentality out there that really wants to tear down existing heroes. You sense the resentment there. I mean, we've seen the characters go through hard times before, but that's different. That's a matter of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. That's baked into the story where you're supposed to be rooting for these superheroes. After all, that is the definition of the term superheroes. They're doing the extraordinary. And for mere mortals, for mere ordinary people like us, we cheer for these heroes. These are part of our modern myths. But it just seems in the last 10 years or so, at least, there's been this concentrated effort to tear down these characters, to deconstruct them, to almost literally, in this case, piss on these superheroes, So it brings us up to today, guys. And this past week, the big news in the comic world, in the gaming world, has been this new game by Rocksteady Games, and it's called The Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. There is truth in advertising there because that's exactly what they're doing. Now, a lot of people are like, well, what's the big deal? What's the big shock? It actually says it in the title. But, there are two ways that you could take that, because in every comic, the villain has an objective to kill the hero. So when you hear the title Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, that could just be their objective. It doesn't mean they're going to do it. Now, if you're out there and you tell me that you expected to play a game where you saw Batman get assassinated, shot in the head by Harley Quinn, which is what happens, if you tell me that's something you expected to see and it didn't surprise you, you're a liar and you need to be off this video because this channel is not for liars. Take your lying ass somewhere else. For the rest of us, we have the right to express a little bit of shock, disappointment, in some cases outrage over this, because after all, if you do read the comic, it's ridiculous to think that Batman of all heroes could be literally assassinated by, number one, just assassinated. Number two, by a C-list character like Harley Quinn is insane. Guys, I want to remind you that Batman the character has trained all over the world for years. All right, he is at the top of his game, just so he is not in a situation where he's tied up by some thugs and just shot point blank in the head. It's ridiculous, guys. Now, I want you to consider, this is Batman, okay? Batman is an icon. He's legendary. Take it back to Adam West, all right? For example, Adam West. I actually met Adam West back in the day. Great guy. Rest in peace, Adam West. Adam West Batman. Could you see him? Now, if you watch that show, I want you to remember the character of, let's say, Egghead, who was played by the legendary Vincent Price. Rest in peace to him. Egghead gets the drop on Adam West Batman. Now, you guys remember at the end of every episode of the 1960s Batman series, him and Robin would find themselves in a predicament where we didn't know what was going to happen to them. They're tied up. There's a vat of, lava over them. And here comes the voice. Holy predicaments, Batman. Could this be the end of our Cape Crusaders? Tune in next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. You tune in next week and Egghead kills Batman. Oh, that's some imagination. Wow, that's entertainment. Adam West's Batman just got assassinated by Egghead, not the Joker, not the Riddler, not the Penguin, but Egghead. That's what Harley Quinn is. That's the equivalent of that, okay? So you consider this is Batman, okay? Batman sells all types of merchandise. I remember my Batman underoos. Actually, I'm still wearing them now. Thank God this is from the waist up. It's kind of tight, though. But anyway, this is Batman. All right, and this is what you want to put out there. Now, keep in mind, I believe that in the story, you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, the Justice League have been mind controlled, and the Suicide Squad are going after them, okay? And this is why it results in Batman being assassinated by Harley Quinn. But even in that scenario, you don't have to be mocking the character, which is what they're doing. They're mocking the character. And also, I believe they're talking about this was the final performance of Kevin Conroy in the game, all right, in the games. Because somebody said that he's coming back in a couple of other cartoons or shows. You might hear his voice. But this would be disrespectful considering Kevin Conroy recently passed away. I think it was in 2022. And here you have the character that he made so iconic through Batman the Animated Series getting shot through the head. I mean, come on, guys. Is this where we are in society? And this is the reason why, guys. Years ago, I made the point that I felt like comics were just getting too dark, man. It used to be that you could read a comic and have fun. Like, where is the fun in assassinating Batman? Where is the fun in pissing on the Flash? Which is what I heard they did also. I mean, come the fuck on, guys. This is what we're doing now? You know, but the point that I made back in the day is that comics are supposed to be fun. They're supposed to be escapist, fantasy, fun. You watch your heroes get in over their head and you watch them get out of it. It doesn't matter how unrealistic it is as long as it's fun. Okay, and it's not just totally crazy, you know what I mean? Like, you watch Indiana Jones for these things, you watch Star Wars for these things. We love to root for our heroes. So after all of this time, somebody had this concept where it wasn't just a matter of Batman losing. We've seen Batman lose before. We've seen him get his back broken. We saw the story of Death in the Family where Robin got killed and stuff like that. But all of these serve a plot which elevate our heroes, even though it might torture them, it might drive them to other things or whatever. But ultimately, we know that our heroes are going to come out on top because we want to come out on top. But watching somebody just be assassinated is ridiculous. And like I said before, years ago, there was a debate about Batman using guns or Batman killing. And I did a video where I was just talking about, I don't believe that Batman should kill. That's not his character, because after all, he does what he does because he saw his mother and father get assassinated. So he would be literally lowering himself to their level to be assassinating people. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, people at the time, they loved the darkness. He's the Dark Knight. They wanted to see it. Batman kills, Batman kills. I'm like, I don't see that. Well, this might be a situation where you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Unfortunately, this is a product of that culture that I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? So the deconstruction of our heroes continues, guys. And you might remember a while ago, I also made the point where they called Batman into question because they said that he was just a vigilante who preyed on poor people. And they actually wrote it into one of the comics where he had to explain that he is not just that. You know what I mean? It's like there's just this fundamental misunderstanding, willful misunderstanding of these heroes. And I feel like they're being held hostage from us. And unfortunately, this is the state of the industry, which once again is the reasons why I promote and I endorse independent creators, because these people have seriously lost the script if they think this is what people want to see, even in the interest of a game. Like, that's kind of a messed up concept, even if it's rated M for mature. Come on, bruh. It's like, you know, kids are going to be seeing this. And kids, we have to have something to believe in, even if it's just a comic. People will say, oh, it's just a comic. Well, these are the people, unfortunately, who have hijacked our industry, because we know that it's just a comic. You know, we know that it's just entertainment, but at the same time, we also understand that you can get inspiration. These are stories of inspiration. These are stories of heroism, you know? So when you have a story like this, yeah, I think there's good reason, you know, to raise an eyebrow, like, what the hell are you doing? You know, but I've been talking about this for a while now. It's going to be very interesting to see if Rocksteady Games has an answer for this. That's the part of the story that I'm interested in, because you guys know I've been talking about what they did with Black Panther for the longest. And it's the same thing. You know, it's the same disgracing. It's the same disregard for an icon, you know, for a role model. But in this case, there are more voices, there are louder voices. So I want to see if it affects the industry at all, if they listen to this. Because if they listen to this, then I'm thinking, well, Marvel, you need to be paying attention with what we've been saying about Black Panther, because it's the exact same thing. And unfortunately, this is what plagues our industry. But guys, those are my quick thoughts about what's going on with the Batman, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League game. You guys can get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about this. As always, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you so much for your super thanks. And I will catch you on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.